Now in this segment, we come to another major music career path, teaching or music education, as the field is properly called. This is the most popular degree program that students choose, especially if they like working with youth. More students enroll in college music ed programs than in any other music program in the United States. Successful programs usually launch their graduates into full-time work that offers some probability of tenure and a stable, lifelong career. Many teachers also do some performing outside of their teaching. Now, here are some questions to ask yourself about teaching, if you think that's maybe a route that you're going. Do you want to teach elementary students? Do you want to be a middle school band or orchestra director? Or do you want to be a senior high school music director? Are you willing to do any or all of these jobs? Because that may be the case depending on the positions that are open when you get out of school. Usually when we start teaching, we have to go after the jobs that are open and wait for our favorite kind of job to arrive later. Most teaching certificates qualify you for teaching from kindergarten to 12th grade, and that keeps your field nice and wide open. But most music teaching takes place serving grades 5 through 12, and it involves conducting and running an instrumental or choral program, or maybe both. For instrumental teaching, the middle school teacher usually must be able to teach all the instruments that the students play. Now, the degrees for teaching, for music education, can be a BA, a Bachelor of Arts, or a Bachelor of Music Education, or a Bachelor of Science in Music Education. By completing the program, you earn certification that validates you to teach in the state where you earned the degree. Many states accept teaching certificates from other states, so you can move around. Most public school teachers continue to take coursework until they earn a master's degree, which then raises their income. In some school districts, continuing education is a requirement for teachers. Now, salaries for public school teaching vary enormously depending on the state or region where you teach, but they usually come with good benefits, a pension, and guaranteed raises each year. Because of their administrative obligations, music directors often earn more than other teachers. Illinois ranks in the upper quarter of teacher salary ranges in the United States. Now, it's not as severe as in performance, but there is competition for college placement in music ed as well. Auditions, as well as the academic record from your high school, are used to guarantee the suitability of freshmen for education programs. So it's important to keep up your private study to be ready for the application process. Music teachers are not in the same demand as, say, English, math, or science teachers, and budget cuts usually hit programs in the arts first, and full-time positions in music are shrinking in number right now. But if you capture a position, it can be very secure for a lifetime of service to the community. And as an instrumental director, you may be expected to run the concert band, the orchestra, the jazz band, and or the marching band. In my first teaching position, I was in charge of all 4 groups, and I had to conduct the music for the school musical productions. Choral directors generally have at least 2 choirs to maintain, and usually get involved in stage productions and teach music appreciation classes as well. In some school districts, you may be involved in more than one level of student and in more than one building. For example, you may be the middle school band director, but also teach instrumental lessons at a couple of elementary schools. Teaching in private or parochial schools generally offers lower salary and less job security, but the personal rewards of developing students and ensembles in these schools are great. And you may not need a standard state certificate to teach in these schools. It's also worth mentioning now that some music teachers earn their music bachelor's degree in a non-education field, say performance or general music. And then they go on to earn a teaching certificate through a master's degree program, or perhaps by taking extra coursework that enables them to meet the certification requirements in their state. So there's more than one way to get to be a certified teacher, if that's what you want to do. Perhaps you want to teach in a pre-college conservatory or a community music school. For this, a performance degree is just as useful as a music ed degree. For college teaching at the professor level with guarantees of tenure, you usually need at least a master's degree, but usually a doctorate. But a bachelor's degree and strong expertise is frequently sufficient for teaching in many part-time jobs in higher education. Now, another important avenue for teaching is the private teaching of your specialty instrument or voice. Any strengths you developed in performing and teaching during college will serve you in this path, regardless of your degree. You will develop your own clientele of students that come to your home or your private studio for lessons. You may work at a community music school or a pre-college conservatory, and this is often an afternoon, evening, and weekend schedule. You may visit several public or private schools each week and teach lessons during or after the school day. You may combine all these activities. You can frequently design your own hours so that this teaching blends well with family life and another job. You set your own hourly wage. Now, some decisions to make. Do I work best with beginners? Do I prefer students who already have some background? Am I patient and adaptable to students with different learning styles? A performance degree or an education degree will prepare you well for this kind of private teaching. This concludes this video segment. Thank you for watching. For information on concerts and programming in the current Chicago Philharmonic season, please go to chicagophilharmonic.org.